Let's get in. What's going on, man? It's your boy, Meese. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Still Talk podcast, man. Be sure to hit those comment sections, man. Turn on them bell notifications, subscribe, man. Let me know. I got a question this time. I got a question this episode, Steeler Nation. And this is strictly for Steeler Nation. Because over this weekend, it was a chill weekend. Went up, cousin graduation party, had fun up there with the family. And during that time, man, I'm just sitting here, I'm looking, I'm tuning in, I'm having conversations with my cousins, them Giants fans over there. Everybody talking about quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So here's the thing. I got a question, Steeler Nation, and everybody out there. So get in the comment section. Let me know. What do you expect the Steelers to do at quarterback? What do we expect, man? Because it's talks out there to get Aaron Rodgers coming to the Steelers. How the Steelers going to be. No, Aaron Rodgers not bringing you to no Super Bowl. He'll give you that playoff win. Finally, the Steelers been hoping for. But then you got on the whole other notion, you got people out there saying, oh, here it is. Mike Tomlin can't evaluate the quarterback position. Gonna bring Aaron Rodgers in here. That's gonna be a failure. But then you got other people saying to start Will Howard straight out the gate. Start Will Howard. Mason Rudolph getting bashed, and it's like, hell up. The Steelers not even blowing up Mason's Rudolph head. Like, why are we bringing him in? And I already told y'all how I feel about Mason. I feel like Mason can give you some wins. No, it's not going to be great. And that's the thing, Steeler Nation. We got to rebuild, man. We got to rebuild. These past couple years, and I said it on this podcast, man. These past couple years, man, we've been rebuilding and still being competitive. Think about it, man. They've been calling for the losing season for the last 4-5 years. Let's go ahead and just, all right, bet. Get it out the way. Get it out the way. If that's what it takes for the Steelers to get over that hump of the playoff win, a deep playoff run, Super Bowl contender, if that's what it takes, man, go ahead and get it out the way. So my question really is Steeler Nation, do you want that? Do you want to get back to that greatness? That we love so much about the Steelers? And if so, then, hey, if that's what it takes, we got to do it. So the whole notion of fire Mike Tomlin if he can't get the quarterback position right, come on, man. The man never had a top, 15 pick in how many years? Since Plaxico? And I guess you could say he traded for Minka. They traded for DK as top-tier players, but still, we just got DK. You're talking about quarterback. We're talking about quarterback. And so, the whole notion with Will Howard, we gotta settle down, man. We gotta settle down. The Steelers are not starting Will Howard. Now, granted, I want to see Will Howard. I want to see him. But I also feel like Will Howard's that quarterback that, no, he's not going to be in that top-tier conversation. Maybe that next tier with a Jalen Hurts, a Jaden Daniels, a Brock Purdy, those guys. Yeah, I feel like Will Howard could be there. But you also have to build a team around him. Like Jalen Hurts in Philadelphia, Jaden Daniels in Washington, Brock Purdy in 49ers, Will Howard at Ohio State. The teams were stacked already. That's what you have to be for him. And I feel like that way you can possibly win that Super Bowl or get close to it. Look at the guys that I named. We never looked at Jalen Hurts as an elite quarterback, but he done been to the Super Bowl twice. And Philadelphia just keeps stacking their team. Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant. 49ers were stacked over there, y'all. They were stacked over there. And look at him, just signed $50+ million a year. Now, it might be hard for him now. It might be hard for him because the same thing I said about the Steelers, hey, we're not paying that quarterback. Stack the team, we can make a run. Stack the team, we can make a run. Because I'm looking at these teams, and I really feel like the Steelers, as an organization, we're really looking at Philly. We're really looking at Philly. Trying to do exactly what Philly doing. Build the trenches up. Insert key players at every weapons position. Wide receivers. So, yeah, Will Howard can be that, and that's fine. So that's fine. Look, it's only 4 elite quarterbacks in the league, and I don't care what nobody said. It's only 4 of them. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson. That's it. It's a top 4. That's it. That's it. Everybody next is after that. Matthew Stafford after that. Jared Goff after that. Jaden Daniels after that. CJ Stroud after that. Jalen Hurts after that. Like, nobody else. Nobody else. So when you sitting there and you saying, like, go ahead and start Will Howard, I don't think that's the time. I don't think this is the time for it. Now, can I see him making a play, starting a game, playing this season for us? Possibly. Possibly. And if Aaron Rodgers coming, then it's still a possible, but it's due to injury. It's due to injury. I don't care if Aaron Rodgers come out here and just look terrible. We're not going to bench Aaron Rodgers to put in Will Howard. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So the only way Will Howard starts and Aaron Rodgers is here, Aaron Rodgers has to get hurt. And I don't wish that upon him. More health, more success. I'm just saying. And if you want to look at Mason Rudolph and Will Howard, honestly, that's a quarterback battle. If Aaron Rodgers don't come and we got Mason Rudolph and Will Howard, maybe you bring in another quarterback, but still, if you just talking about them two, yeah, that's a quarterback battle all day. That's an all-day quarterback battle. And yeah, you give Mason Rudolph the pole position, how Mike Tomlin say, and then boom, Mason go out there. If Mason play terrible, Will Howard, let's go, my boy. Step up to the plate. Make that switch. I would in a heartbeat. And low-key, depending on how well I see Will Howard in practice and training camp and all of that, I'll put him. He might start. I don't agree with the notion of not starting a rookie at quarterback. I'm just saying how the Steelers play about it. They don't start rookie QBs. Not even on the field anywhere else unless they have to. So that's what I say. And I swear, like, another thing, how you can say if Mike Tomlin messes up the quarterback room or this season here is a make or break year for Mike Tomlin. Maybe next year? Maybe next year if we want to sit here and say he can't develop a quarterback. I mean, look who we got. Will Howard is a 6th round pick, y'all. We got him in the 6th round. A lot of 6th round picks don't even be on football teams. Like, come on now. I don't think that's it. And Mason Rudolph been here before, 3 years? Never was the guy coming in. Seeing that he wasn't the guy coming in. So how can we sit here and judge off of this year? I don't think we can. That's why I say this year should be, let's go ahead and not tank completely, but, we go out there, we put our best on the field, and whatever the outcome is, I bet. We know where to move from. You stack these draft picks, y'all. I keep going back to, I told y'all it's a 2-year plan. It's a 2-year plan, and we got to build a team first. We got to build a team. And you got players there. Trust me. We're not far from it. Like, and I'm going to say this on here. I said it before. When I look at the Ravens and the Bengals and the Steelers, right here in our division, the Ravens, years coming up to now, honestly, all they had over us was a quarterback. Lamar Jackson, who we passed on. Boneheaded mistake. I say it out there. That's one of them things I told y'all the Steelers known to do. We'll throw some games and we'll make some boneheaded moves. Cool. That was one. And now they installed the running back, Derrick Henry. Been getting better all these years. So now they really got 2. I feel like everywhere else, man, the Steelers can match up at. I feel like we can match up at. And it's been like that for years. Now, the Bengals, on the other hand, the Bengals are a shootout with you. And I'm surprised the Steelers won the shootout last year with them. I told my partner, I said, bro, I do not want to go in the shootout with Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. I don't want to. And T. Higgins, I don't want to. Now, we did it with Russ. All right, cool. I was excited. I ain't gonna lie. It was a shootout, and it was in their home stadium. So I took that, but at the same time, yeah, the Bengals can, no matter, and that's the thing about them. Defense trash. Our defense way better. Hands down. But their offense, I feel like what their defense lack, their offense can pick up. Because you got the 3-headed monster over there. Joe Burrow, Joe Shiesty, Chase, and T. So, boom. That's how I feel about it. And the Steelers, like I said, you got to continue to build that team up. So yeah, man, let us build. Let us build. Let Mike Tomlin and Arthur Smith, second year Arthur Smith, Mike Tomlin, new regime coming on. Let those guys build and let's see what's going on. Omar Khan too. Like we can't sit here and be like, the Steelers got rid of all the toxicness out the locker room, all the headaches, all the crash outs. They breaking in captains. They trying to build a team. But at the same time, we're going to put pressure on this year. If you don't make it happen this year, everything needs to be blown up. I don't feel that way. I don't feel that way at all. I don't feel that way at all. I feel like, because like I said, Mike Tomlin, man, and I agree with some of the cons of Mike Tomlin. I'm not absolving him from everything completely. Like I said, he makes some boneheaded moves. He bring in some boneheaded players like Van Jefferson. That was Mike Tomlin all day. Pat Peters, Mike Tomlin all day. Loyal to the core, to the players, the veterans. Like, you a vet, you want to start, come to the Steelers. Mike Tomlin got you. No matter what. We're going to try to move you around, do something. Like, that's Mike Tomlin. And at the same time, you can't hate the man for that. But when you're talking about it as this a football play and what's best for the team, yeah, that's Mike Tomlin all day. So I'm not absolving him from all of his stuff. But at the same time, Mike Tomlin leave here and go to another squad, make them a playoff team if they ain't already. Like, so, and I'm not saying you can't go get somebody to replace him. That's a conversation for another day. But as of right now, in the move of George Pickens out of here, it showed that Mike Tomlin wasn't going nowhere. So we can't sit here and just try to pound the rock and put so much pressure on this year. Nah, not if we started this offseason saying next year's the guy that's still going to go get their quarterback next year. Even if they did draft Shedeur Sanders. And I wanted them to. I just looked at it as a value. Shedeur failed. Why not go get him? But then you look at, well, they were getting rid of all the toxicness. Deontay Johnson the year before. Didn't get Shedeur Sanders. What was all the noise, all the headache, all the chaos he's going to bring with his father, boom, boom, boom. All of that. So you got rid of that, and then you got rid of George Pickens. A crash out. Now, and when you talk about the wide receiver room, and this is what I say, you're not going to go get a Tyreek Hill or Amari Cooper. Those guys bring in headaches. Now, me personally, go get Tyreek all day. Sorry, go get Tyreek all day. But if we're going on that notion of, yeah, we're getting the crash outside of here, we're going to build this team, build the trenches. The O-line got to prove itself. We got to prove it. Upcoming O-line that's proving it. You just traded for DK. You're going to re-sign TJ Watt, trust me. Drafted Derek Harmon, Caleb Johnson. All right, bet. Let's build these pieces. Let's see how that worked this year. And then 2026, we know what we need to go get for sure. For sure. And let's get into another thing I seen this weekend. Will Howard being a starter. If he comes out here and he balls out, he does his thing. Do you go and you draft another quarterback next year? In the draft in Pittsburgh. Me personally, I'm going to say yeah. Go right ahead. And I'm going to say yeah just off the notion that this whole episode is based on. Because we put so much pressure on this year. Everybody been talking about how Mike Tomlin can't develop a quarterback. Let that man go get a top-tier quarterback. You got Will Howard. Battle it out and let's see. What's the problem with having two good quarterbacks? Come on now. That's how I see it. Go ahead and stick there. Now, you can say, okay, boom, you don't have to move up to go get that quarterback based off how Will Howard played, like just off the numbers. Let's say he went for 22 touchdowns, 12 interceptions or something. He had a decent year. Promise there. Let's see where that goes. One of those years. You don't move up to go get the quarterback, but I still say you go get a quarterback. Let them be a battle. Let's see who wins. If we're going to put that much pressure on the Steelers not having a quarterback, let's go get two. Let's play Will Howard this year. Let's see how that goes. Next year, you go get another quarterback. Sellers or somebody. Let's see. That's how I feel about it. Because we can't sit there and say no. Why you going to say no with putting all this pressure? Mike Tomlin going to lose his job. Arthur Smith needs to be fired. All of this, no. So, yeah, you go get another quarterback. Let's have a battle next year. And actually, a real battle, too. Not no pole position battle. Let's go have a real battle next year and go from there. Because honestly, bro, I feel like, yeah, to win a Super Bowl, yes, if you want to go, it's two routes you can go. You can have that elite quarterback, i.e. the Chiefs, Bengals. They're the only two in Philly. You can do that, but you got to build it how they did it, at least somewhat similar. Or you build your team up and you get a good game manager. That can be great. That's how I see it. And being that we don't have the elite quarterback, haven't had one in years, build it with the good game manager. That can be great. The Tom Brady, the Brock Purdy's. Yeah. Even Patrick Mahomes sat for a year. We can go that route, man. And I feel like that's the route we're going. So we gotta chill. And I know it's the off season. There's a lot going on. You can panic because Aaron Rodgers ain't get here yet. But like, if we're gonna sit here and say if Aaron Rodgers comes, there's an exemption year for Mike Tomlin, like it wouldn't matter that much. No, it got to be the same way, man. It got to be the same way. If we're gonna put that much pressure on a Will Howard and a Mason Rudolph, we need to put that same amount of pressure on a Aaron Rodgers. As a high feel, it's the quarterback position as a whole. And Mike Tomlin, Aaron Rodgers all day. That's Aaron Rodgers all day. So, and like I said, Aaron Rodgers coming? Yeah, I think so. I think it's just a matter of time. Like I said in one of these podcasts, he believes in not doing anything football related during the offseason. So, if that's how he rocking, he also came out and said he got personal things that he taking care of right now, that he don't want to split his time up. Respect it. Go ahead, do your thug thizzle. He a free agent. He can do whatever he want to do. Can't blame the man for that. He wanted to stay in the Jets. The Jets didn't want him. So cool. I'm going to go bounce. I'm going to go take care of something over here. And then I get back to you later on in the field. But at the same time, I want to play football. So, yeah, you already know. We'll talk about it. It's one of them. So yeah, I take him. Take him all day long. I don't agree with the whole notion that he'll take us over the hump. All the way to the Super Bowl. Nah. Aaron Rodgers comes, he plays well. I would love for us to get our first playoff win, and it's be against the Ravens. We knock the Ravens out of the playoff. Oh man, if I can have it my way, and the Bengals don't make it, and the Browns beat the Browns. The Browns beat the Browns even if Shedeur Sanders start. Because at the same time, Shedeur, I like you. I wanted you. I respect you. Blah, blah, blah. But you over there on the other side, so it's fuck you. It's just like Lamar Jackson. It's just like Joe Burrow. I like those guys. I like you guys. But it's fuck you because you're on the other side. So, yeah, let the Steelers make it to the playoffs. We play against the Ravens. We knock them out. The Bengals don't make it, and the Browns had a terrible year. Meech is happy. We ain't even got to go to the Super Bowl. Let's just wreak havoc in our division as we continue to build. I'll take it all day, man. I'll take it all day, y'all. But y'all let me know. Answer my question, man. Like, why is there so much going on? Why are we putting so much pressure on this year? Why do the Steelers have to make something happen this year, y'all? I just don't see it. I don't see it. And you also have people out there with the wide receiver room. The whole thing about Chris Olave, is the Steelers called. They reached out to him. I announced it on the podcast last episode. Go tune in, watch it. I guess it done cool down now. Nothing else happened. But at the same time, the Saints really don't want to get rid of him. Chris Olave wants out. All right, cool. I get it. Saints ain't doing nothing. Terrible. Trash. Ass. Fucking. So, but at the same time, I get the notion you don't want to get rid of your best player. So we got to see how that goes. But you have people out there saying no to Chris Olave. Why we're saying no? Because he got concussions? He's still a great player. Man. And we can't sit here and say, oh, we need to get better players. And then when we got the opportunity to get better players, oh, no, we don't want that one. We don't want that one. We want the other. No, we don't want that one either. We want, hey, bro, huh? You got an opportunity to get a better player, but we want to sit here and be nitpicky. Man, we can't be nitpicky. Man, we got to get back to where we were. Let's grind this thing out the mud. All game, all grit, all Steelers. Still talk, man. Come on now. We got to cut all that out, man. We got to cut all that out. And like I said, unless it's like a Tyreek Hill, Amari Cooper bringing drama. If we want to sit here and say we're going to cancel all the drama out, all right, then I understand why you don't go get those players. But somebody that's dealing with concussions, okay, cool. He still put up numbers. We need a wide receiver. You got Robert Woods back there. This guy Rock Taylor, everybody's so excited about, so let's see. Also, Roman Wilson. People talking about worried about Roman Wilson. I mean, I agree with the notion that at the same time we gotta see. Roman ain't proved nothing. And even when he got healthy, the Steelers didn't want to put him on the field. That's troublesome. You know, we got to look at him like, boy, what you got going on? So, hey, no faith is in Roman right now. And that's great for Roman. That's great. Trust me. That's great for Roman. Bro, you have no pressure. You have no pressure, no eyes on you. You got to go out there and ball out. Do your thug thizzle, man. Ain't nobody worried about you. They're going to be judging Robert Woods, Calvin Austin, and you could break away. Same thing I said with Rock Taylor, too. You got an opportunity to break away. The door wide open for these guys. And Roman Wilson was drafted to be outside wide receiver, y'all. Ooh, let's see. The door wide open for these boys. But this is my time, man. Make sure y'all get in the comment section, man. Turn on bell notifications, subscribe, hit the share button, man. Let me know. Let's talk about it. Am I tripping? Am I wrong? Is there pressure on the Steelers quarterback room this year? Is there pressure on Mike Tomlin to make or break it for Mike Tomlin? Let me know, y'all. Because I don't know. I don't think so. But I could be tripping, man. It's your boy Meech, man. I'm out. Y'all stay up and y'all stay blessed. Let's get it.